Hi guys, Dorota International nail artist and educator here, and I'm with Rashi. You can see she's got a huge growth on her nails because we missed one appointment. So yeah, they are at 8 weeks. Normally they last pretty well on her, but she broke one nail this time, and I really wanted to keep it in because I wanted to show you how to do it with the fiber in a bottle. Because that doesn't happen often. So here, let me just remove the sugar nail, and the orange nails are the fresh ones, and then the blue ones are which one going to go away. So first of all, when I'm getting a client in, we will push back her cuticles, and you can see it, there is quite a lot just because we have missed this appointment. So I will be working around the nails which aren't done. There we are. And then straight away, I'm just gonna remove any cuticle which is on the nail plate. So a nice deep clean. And then on the other hand, you've got some stain on this one. A bit of stain, I had it. And then other side. Yeah, your cuticles are quite dry this time.
Yeah.
Busy. busy.
Right now it's cleaning us.
Crazy, isn't it?
Yep.
Okay, so just file it in there. And then we are gonna remove the product, also shortening the nails as well. Okay, so remove the product from the index finger. Can't believe how they grow. The growth is like crazy.
Having trouble working. He's not able to type.
Yeah, and then straight away with the bead, I'm just gonna shorten the natural nail a little bit because they are obviously so long that it will take me ages to file it by hand. When you're shortening with the e-file, like, see, I usually try to don't show too advanced stuff on the cameras because you can kind of really hurt someone. So make sure you do keep it at the right angle because it can jump like into the nail. I'm always trying to kind of go on the side. See, don't go like on that angle because your nail will and the file will jump, and that is a very unpleasant feeling for a client. So on Rashi, the product can last, I think, what was the longest time you had your product on for?
3 months.
3 months. So she had the product on for 3 months and nothing happened to it. I can't believe it, actually. It's not recommended really to go as long because the nails are losing the balance, and then it's easier to break it at really bad place, and you really don't want that. Okay, they are shortened, which means my job is gonna be much easier. So this nail, I want to shorten the free edge a little bit more. I have done it already a little bit because it was actually snapped at that point. And then here we want to do it nice short almond shape. So I'm just filing the natural nail from underneath a lot because that will prevent you from like splitting the product from the free edge. I always do that, like make sure the product is nicely blended there. The next step is to scratch the natural nail. I've got still lots of cuticle to remove, but I usually do it after all the bad filing is done. Okay, so file it the free edge nice. We want to go much shorter this time because it's a summertime and we live in a town which is like a tourist town, I would say. Oh, only 2 so fast, I guess it's gone. That's people are crazy busy, so yeah, we going much shorter. All the restaurants and like you have been probably affected for the bike as well, the championships, the hotel wheels, chock-a-block, like
Totally.
crazy, isn't it?
And we had a few people staying as well, like the organizers.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because it was quite close. Yeah. So I'm shortening this natural nail. There we are. Another one. So again, from underneath, So this way, even if you look underneath, like the natural nail looks really nice, and they are natural nails. I love it, like when there is no connection in between the joint places, in between the extensions and the natural nails. Like it always looks so much nicer and cleaner. There is also no need of removing the products. I would always, like when my clients ask me like when should I remove my product, I say like it's kind of same like you dyeing your hair. You're getting only your roots done, and that's good and healthy. But if you would remove your color each time at the appointment and then reapply a fresh one, isn't as good. And Rashi, did you ever have your natural nails so long and nice?
Never.
Never.
Always is straight. Always.
So it does works the magic. Just follow the steps I'm telling you in this video, and they will last you nice and long time. Okay, so again, I'm just filing underneath, making sure like the free edge of the natural nail is nicely blended. Blend everything around the cuticle area, guys, so there is no so you don't see like later on a fill line, because it would look pretty ugly. There is a little bit of lifting, I can see it on the product, but obviously after 8 weeks it can be expected. I'm not too fussy to shape the nail perfectly, because we have to do the round too of the shaping as well. Now we are gonna trim the cuticles. So this one has a lot in there. Just a nice gentle trim, and then we will do it probably a second time. I kind of almost do it in 2 rounds after we apply the product and we do the final shape of the nails. Okay, but that will don't disturb us to apply the fresh product. Let me get that corner in. Need to keep checking if we're still in a focus. Oh, I have been terrible, like last week when I recorded, guys, like when Patrick does the post-production, he says to me like, it would be nice actually if you would be in a central when you're recording. But it's so hard, like I've got the camera just literally how many centimeters from my face? 2 centimeters from my face. I have to watch it to don't bang it with my head. But also I like it, guys, because I feel like this gives you a really nice view, a different angle of the view. So see what I'm doing for you? A big struggle, like banging with my head. But no, they are nicely in the focus. I will zoom it out later on. But like nail preparation is really important step, and I'm so happy we actually managing to record on Rashi, because I was worried would we manage to produce the videos for you and the content this week. I was so busy in the new salon. Okay, the dust is removed. Blue scrub to dehydrate the nails, so nice and squeaky clean. Nice and squeaky clean, like you want to make sure there is no oils and any dirt on the nail plate, especially when your clients are coming in once or sometimes for their appointments. Sorry, Rashi. It's okay. Yeah, don't mind. Because if you do not dehydrate it, this is actually a good lesson, guys, for you as well, especially with the gels in the bottles and all those kind of stuff. Remember, if the nail plate isn't dehydrated again, like, and now Rashi touched her face and eye, this is actually just a fantastic, just right on time. If I wouldn't dehydrate it, so what's happened now? If I wouldn't dehydrate this nail, she's bringing any oils and the dust and dirt and bacteria. She might have it on her face and on her hair, like just catch them during the walking, and I might encapsulate them into the nail as well. So I'm always making sure and checking if my client's not touching the face during the time. If they do, she's laughing now, it's fine, I still love you. I'm making sure they are nice and clean. Okay, extending the broken nail, because we want to match them to the other nails, and we will do it. So the best way to do it is on the form. I'm just grabbing the scissors, and because it was broken actually, I'm not sure was it broken like that, but anyway, I can see it. I've got some nail folds, so because I've got those nail folds and I need to pinch this nail a little bit, and I don't want to use the pinching clamps on the natural nails, sorry, I'm just cutting out a first row on my form, and then on the side so I can loosen the form a little bit. And this way we will be able to pinch them nice. Okay. Need to replace the glove now. Squeeze it in between the fingers, so I'm kind of pre-pinching my form. Go behind the client, not touching the camera. It's almost like exercising in a gym. And then I can nicely slide that form in, so a big chunk of the form is underneath of the natural nail. I actually like to leave it a little bit of those free edge. So first of all, like here it will be, I wouldn't be able to file it anymore. And I like to leave it because then my form hooks nicely underneath. I pinch it as much as I can, and then we can move on into the next step. So an extra nail prep, so that's a dehydrator, because during the form application I have probably touched the form myself with the hands. I know I've got the gloves, but before I was cleaning the client's hands and all that, so I'm always dehydrating with an extra nail prep. Then universal air bond. Okay, so that gives me a time for the product to dry. I need to, like we are in a camera only in this thing, I will need to actually zoom it out a little bit, guys, I'm sorry. So I wait for it to dry a couple seconds. Yeah, that is better, so Patrick can zoom it in later on. This is nicely dried, and then we can use the satin pink, and that's the fiber in a bottle. So here I need to build up the structure of the nail first. And actually doing so with the fiber in a bottle isn't easy task because the brush is much softer and the product is quite tough. I hate it actually in the winter, so we always put it on the heater. Yeah. But what I'm doing is I'm building up nicely free edge. Make sure you don't push the product underneath of the free edge, guys. Like you wanted it nice and thin. I always do it more than I need it, and then straight away, no, just cook it. Don't bang the form. Perfect. So here we are gonna go. Is the index finger free in there?
Yeah.
Okay. Now we will go baby boomer in here. So this hand is fully, this nail is gonna be a full product on. So I'm straight away picking up a bigger scoop so I can build up my mini apex. I mean, the fiber gel was designed more to do it like a very short natural nails, like almost like the gel polish that we could file it off. And then later on my clients start wearing their nails longer and longer. If they do, that's mean change. I need to kind of build up a little bit of apex into them so they've got strength to hold the natural nails. Okay, so again, nice and thin layer. Then dip in my brush and build up a small apex. Okay, you can see it change. This both nails are gonna be glitter encapsulation. So what I'm doing is like I'm pressing really nice and hard as much as I can. You can see it, my brush is really nicely even splitting. So I'm making sure my natural nails are kind of almost like I'm pressing the product into the scratches we have created. And then a tiny microscopic apex, like almost no product in there. Just a tiny bit. And then we are going to use those Aurora glitter flakes. They are absolutely amazing. And I choose those yellow orangey color mixed together. And I think it looks absolutely fantastic. So I'm just gonna grab some ombre brush and then slap that glitter in there. Okay, so slap it to the top, slap it on the other hand nail, and there. I love those flakes so much, and I love them even more because you can really get them nice and flat to the nail. And when it comes to doing a natural nails, this is really important because you don't want to have those thick amount of the product on the natural nails. Change. Okay, and then we can do exactly the same in here. So I can actually, what I usually do is I check if I'm able to pull the form down, if I didn't miss any places, and it looks like I should be okay. So I can carefully pull the form down from the nail. Nice and thin layer through the entire nail because I need to add this time a product to the free edge as well. and then microscopic apex. Slap those glitter flakes in there. Actually, these ones I don't need to flatten, even I can see they have flattened really nice, change. And then we need to somehow encapsulate the glitter. So I'm using a different color of the fiber gel. This is a silk pink, guys. So silk pink is like, if it's really applied really thin, it looks almost clear. If it's a little bit thicker, it's like an extremely see-through pink. Okay, so what I'm doing is going over the flakes first. So I've got some flakes on my brush. Going into the other hand, like press it really hard to go over the flakes, and I'm kind of removing any loose flakes. Grab my wipe, clean it off, pick up another scoop of the product, and now I can do encapsulation and my final apex. So I'm just going over the glitter, dragging down to the free edge, and same in here. Encapsulate that glitter, go to the free edge, change. Do exactly the same on the other hand. So go over the glitter and see, I can see it. I've got a little bit of the missing place where there is no flake. What I love about the Aurora flakes, you can almost encapsulate them like with the top coat and a base gel. So I have just added one straight away. Build up my tiny apex. Again, you don't want to go too large because it's a natural nail. Check the side view. Are we happy with it? Yes, once we shorten it, we'll be happy. So let's cook them. Okay, so my nails are almost cooked, and because we are gonna file, make sure you do close all your products, guys, because otherwise they will get contaminated. So the Aurora flakes, they are amazing. You have to have them for a natural nails. They're awesome also for a gel polish as well. I take the this hand, remove the inhibition layer. So just remove the inhibition layer, and then let's shape this nail. One side, perfect. Other side. Shorten the free edge because we want to go much shorter, so in case Rashi misses another appointment, she can get away. She can get. I'm terrible. I am. She can get away with it. Because the trouble is, it's for me so hard. She have tried to really desperately to get in, but obviously, like, it's so hard to fit in when the books are full. So I actually was good. I managed almost to fit you in, but you couldn't. Came in, got the last minute cancel it twice. See, I have been trying. I have been trying. Okay. So we just shaping the nail, and I'm very happy. Like when we sculpt those. Let me just replace this glove. So when we sculpt the natural nails, the things looks much nicer than if you would do it with the tip, because you kind of follow the shape of the natural nail, and that's way this nail is not gonna stand out from the rest. Like there's no way I could put it on. Now the real struggle putting the gloves on after removing the first one without of giving your hand a break. So it just looks completely the same like the natural nail. Can't imagine slapping a tip on when we've got the natural nails. It's different when you're getting a full set of the extensions, and it's different when you've got just one nail which has to match the rest. So definitely the forms is the way to go. Okay, I'll check it more and play with it. File this one. It's actually self-level, quite nice, so I don't have much of the filing on this nail. Just touch up the free edge and remove the bulk of the product from the free edge. I always make sure this like free edge area is a bit thinner, and around the cuticle is thinner as well. So first of all, you could see it. I take the other hand. You could see it when Rashi come back for the nail appointment. Her growth, even if it was 8 weeks old, it didn't look terribly bad, and the reason for it is like I've got such a thin amount of the product in here, which I almost file away. So when I'm putting a top coat around this area, there is only top coat on my nail. I have seen it, some of you guys like putting pictures on the Facebook group we've got, and sometimes like, especially when someone is starting up, you're trying to get your product too close to the cuticle. You really don't want the product in here. If we don't place product in there, we could just put a top coat in there, and then the growth is really invisible, like, because you've got only top coat there, which is which doesn't give you catchy place, which doesn't give you a jam. And since I discovered it, guys, my nails are first of all lasting much better. They look much better even after like 3 months. They would still look okay because she's laughing. Even after 3 months. Yeah, but no, do not walk with the nails 3 months. Like that's is. But I think you have shortened them then. Yeah. That is pretty. Yes, so Rashi helped them last this long because she was shortening the free edge. I mean, obviously, natural nail would be up to there, like, and a really big disasters could happen, like it could break off into the nail bed, which would be very painful, and also any loose places could catch bacterial infection, which is called Pseudomonas. That's the greeny nail infection because the product would be loose. So normally you wouldn't allow your clients to do it, even if their nails last really nice. But yeah, she knew it what to do. So we had no actually you came back with all of them then.
Yeah.
They was all perfect, like because this time after 8 weeks we had one broken. Yeah, we have one broken, but the other time, 3 months, she had like no issues, no lifting. I was like, okay, okay. You banned from an appointment, you will be coming 4 times a year. Okay, so now I'm just filing this glitter, and because we have placed, the flakes are so nice and thin, I love it that we don't have like a big bulk and like chunks of the products. Okay, smooth this one out. And we've got the combination of everything actually in this set, and I'm so happy we have, so I'm so happy Rashi had some time today to do the recording, because with recording, guys, like, things are taking always a little bit longer. Normally the fiber, like in a bottle appointments, we can do it like 45 minutes, an hour time. With recording I always take a couple minutes extra, because I talk more and I'm kind of showing the things and setting up the camera. So yeah, next step, white buffer. So with white buffer I can usually go quite nice and fast all over the entire nail. You can see it how I'm holding the client nail folds as well. There we are, nice and fast. And when I took the files, Rashi asked me why I do this. This is actually a very good question. So guys, I'm always removing the corners, the edges from the file, so you don't cut your client, okay? And this way you can file a little bit faster. So we have done it white and buffer, and now with the great buffer, gray. I don't know why I say it always great buffer, because it's great. Because it's great. It's a gray buffer, but it's great buffer, amazing buffer. I'm always kind of brushing away all the dust particles and blending the things around the cuticle area. Okay. Let's do it on this one as well, but I'm brushing down motion. If I see also things like here, I've got a little bit of the natural nail, which that's, I don't know, wrinkle split. I just file it away, blend my cuticle area. So here, my product, actually I need to show you that, guys, as well. So my product was applied up to here. Then I start filing and blending it, and I have removed some of this product, so there is no fiber in this area here. It's just starting there. So when I place the top coat is going to encapsulate everything and kind of prevent any lifting. This is a fantastic tip. So first of all, you cannot see the growth, but also you cannot see it where the product is starting because we have blended it so well. Other hand, perfect. So let's do it here as well. So I'm always doing like a wee touch-ups after I finish bathing, because you can always find something, you know. There isn't think like you just put the product in and everything is perfect. So I keep filing always some imperfections, and I try to fix them with every single step when I'm doing a client's nails. Obviously, working in a like in a salon environment, in a salon situation is different than when you're like working in a piece of your own house, when you can play with the nails. So in salon, things are always much crazier, much faster. There we are, brush away. Okay, and then after that we'll be able to move on into the decoration part. So I still have to file a little bit more in here because I'm not happy with that blend. Sometimes if I'm really struggling, because the fiber in the bottle is much harder to file than the actual hard gel. This is actually funny, Olivia doesn't like for this reason. I'm gonna use some bead and just clear it around the cuticle area, because I would cause more harm doing so with the nail file. So I need to smooth out this product here, blend it more, because it was too thick. There we are. And I don't want to cause my my clients to any pain. Okay, this hand. Now we are gonna trim the cuticles. So I'm just touching it up. Second time. Touch this one up. Okay, and then on the other hand. Just a wee tiny touches. Perfect. And then using the blue scrub, we are gonna clean the nails. So clean them nice. And then let's start decorating them. So I'm gonna wipe away any dust, because we don't want that to land into our nails. Ideally, you want to wait actually a couple minutes, guys, before you start painting. We've got, you need two things. So this is the back of the form, which we have used it. And then we've got the front of the form where I'm storing my sponges. The color I have chosen today is called Squeeze the Orange, I think. Squeeze the Orange, yes. And I'm just slapping this color on those nails. And then using the sponge, we are gonna blend it. So here, there we are. And that's why I choose those orangey and pinky glitter, because it blends so nice with the color we have choose. Make sure you don't leave fluffy bits and pieces. Cook it. Especially that we are going to apply some chrome. And as you know, chrome works almost like a magnifying mirror. It's enlarge every imperfection. So when we're doing a chromes, we always need to make sure the nails are really nice and smooth, and that the things are really nice and pretty. Okay, because I've got only 3 nails, my other hand is not gonna be cooked yet, change. So I have to kind of slow down a little bit now. The next step is to take a D-liner brush, or any other brush like you've got it. We'll need D-liner for later on, and just apply it a tiny bit of the free edge of our design. And then blend that in. Don't go higher. So first layer is to go like quite high. Second layer is just to pigment it that end of the nail. And I can see it. I have to be very careful because my product didn't cure properly yet. I cannot press too hard because I will remove the previous product. And normally I would sprinkle it with a clear acrylic powder, but because we are gonna work with the chrome over it, there is no way you could do it. Like, it will really show, it could really show up. Change. So we are gonna struggle 3 coats to create our ombre. I mean, it looks nice even in the first coat, to be honest. It's depending how pigmented results you want. I wanted it to be visible enough. So make sure it's nice and do a kind of almost, because it's a gel polish, I don't want to bring too much of the air bubbles. I'm doing it pretty nice and gentle. Change. Okay, so the last one. So now I've got enough product on my sponge just to go over the things and blend it a little bit better. Make sure there is no fluff in there. Change. Do a same in here. So you can see it, I've got enough product to blend it nicely. And I love it just like that, even like, you know, without of any chromes over it. But the chromes just brings it to the next level, to be honest. Isn't it? It's so nice. Change. Okay, top coat in. So we are gonna use the top coat. This time I'm working with Block the UV. So usually in the summertime you will see me working with Block the UV top coat, and then in the winter time with the High Shine No Wipe Top Gel. I'm applying a nice and thin amount of it in there. And then in here. Nice and thin amount, making sure there is no fluffy bits and pieces. And I've got some. So make sure they are gone. It's actually the dust which is like even landing. Yeah, it's just flying around. So in a case I see it, I've got a little bit dust particles happening, I tend to apply a tiny bit thicker amount of the top coat. Also, look what I'm doing. I'm reflecting the nail into the light to check it, change, and inspect it to make sure I don't have any bits and pieces. Okay, another nail. We are gonna cure it. Now, I usually cure around 60 seconds, but again, like you can test it in your lamp if it's gonna cure like 30, 60 seconds. For each of you, because of the thickness of the product, like, you know, if it's colder, the product is thicker. If it's really warm, the product will be really thin. Each of you will need a different curing time. So for me, usually 60 seconds is perfect timing. But you can try it 30 seconds as well, and then you could try it 45 seconds, and then you could try it 60 seconds to see it which way works best for you. Perfect. Change. So that was 50 seconds cure on my nails. I'm gonna test it. We're using the Angel Chrome, and I love it because it has those pink and oranges hints to it. So it was just a perfect color combination we have choose for it. I'm just putting a tiny bit of those chrome pigment over my finger, and then just gently tap it in. Once you tap it in, start rubbing it in. Okay, so keep rubbing until you get this nice and chromy finish. We are not gonna put any chrome in here. Okay, and then we are gonna swap it just so I don't bring the dust particles into the other nail. And we have to rub this chrome in here as well. So just, obviously my nails are long, so that's why I'm putting it in the lid. Touch it, and then start rubbing it in. That looks so pretty. Perfect. Change. I'm gonna remove the excess of the pigment, and then this nail needs to be top coated. So we are just gonna apply the top coat all over it. And on Rashi, things last extremely well, so I don't have to worry about anything. Just make sure it's kept the free edge. Change. Perfect. Then the top coat. So make sure there is no loose particles of the pigment at the end. You can even use the brush to remove it. You can scratch the free edge as well, or you can apply universal air bond like a primer to prevent the chipping of the chrome. As I say, Rashi is those type of client where the things last extremely well, so capping the free edge really nice and properly is just plenty and enough for the product to last ages on her chinch. Now the design part, so the same color which we have used for the ombre, but mixed with the white French gel, this one, and we are gonna do some sugaring. The reason why I'm mixing it, because we don't put the top coat over it, I would be scared that the gel polish on its own wouldn't last well, but when it has this addition of the white French gel, it is okay to be used without of top coat. So what I'm doing now is I'm just painting couple squiggles. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Join them in. Another squiggle. And another one, another one, another one. And you keep going till you're happy. Then sprinkle it with the sugar. And change. Okay, so we are gonna do the same in here. Can I see the other hand for a second? They are joining inside. So yeah. So they are joining inside, which means on this nail I have to go like this. 3. You can see how strongly I'm bending my client nail to get it into the direction I need it. Sometimes I can do it 360 degrees with Rashi. So yeah, it is possible to do it. I know you guys always ask me like that you want to see it on the actual clients, like how I'm twisting and doing the things, so you can see it. And actually, actually Rashi is very bendy. Bendy. Okay, and then this one, so they're joining in that way. This one needs to go in that direction. So I'm just placing 1, 2, 3, and then 1, 2, 3, join them in, and then join them in again. 2. Perfect. Now we need to sugar it. So it's just like a couple of the random squiggles, I would call it. Cook them and then I can show you the final look. So remove the excess of the sugar. And you can see it, this beautiful set. I mean, it looks messy, especially with the chromes. Chromes always looks really messy. So I will need to take some time to clean. We'll go like wash Rashi's hands, clean up everything around. Touch up the things, and then I will be able to take a really nice thumbnail picture. I hope guys if you find this video very informative, like and lots of hints and tips for you in that video. So here also you can see there's a wee white spot. You must bang it with this nail. There's an air pocket in there, but not from the old Pro Glue. It was on the natural nail. So obviously watch it always to don't file it, to don't try to get rid of it, because obviously you will file client natural nail. So I'm cleaning client's nail folds. We'll have to go and wash the hands before we can apply the cuticle oil anyway. Now let me show the other hand as well. So we've got this to clean off, and then that's how this set looks. I think it's absolutely fantastic for natural nails. We both sending you huge glittery hugs, and bye for now.